Story 1. I will watch anything with Sam Rockwell. I just love him, and he always picks great projects. I also really like the new comedies Daniel Radcliffe has been in. I loved him in Miracle Workers. Story 2. Alan Rickman is a very versatile actor. I like the way he delivers his lines and stage movements. He also seems like a very humble, honest, and kind person. Story 3. Jeff Goldblum. It's like he isn't even given any lines. They tell him the scenario, and he just goes with it. Story 4. Lots of different ones until I saw Nightcrawler in 2014. It solidified that no actor is more enjoyable to watch completely take over a role than old Jake Gyllenhaal. Story 5. Hard to pick one, so here are a few. Robert Duvall, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Christopher Lee, Eva Green, Meryl Streep, Kate Blanchett, Julie Andrews. Story 6. Denzel. I think about the famous scene from Flight all the time. It's not the first time he's taken an okay movie to another level. He's a movie star and he's incredibly watchable. Story 7. Oh God. Favorite. I think Keanu Reeves takes it for me. I can only go off movies I have seen him in and not the entirety of his career, but the Matrix movies overall are good and he does great. The John Wick movies are all amazing. Other than him, probably John Goodman. Great voice actor and just a great actor overall. Story 8. Robert De Niro. He is incredible. He has had 3 careers worth of iconic characters. Jake LaMotta, Travis Bickle, Jimmy Conway, Vito Corleone, and others. Amazing range and longevity. He was on fire for 4 decades. Story 9. Keanu Reeves, hands down. Not just because of his acting, but because of who he is as a person. I worked at a coffee shop in Los Angeles about 6 years ago, and he would come in sometimes. He always remembered my name, asked how my art classes were going, and left generous tips. That kind of genuine kindness from a celebrity is rare. Story 10. Tough to choose, but Gary Oldman is world-class as far as actors go. I also personally enjoy seeing Clancy Brown in anything. Story 11. Sebastian Stan acted through half a movie, Captain America the Winter Soldier, with only his eyebrows and eyes, and yet he was still arresting, even alongside a cast of phenomenal actors. Story 12. Gene Hackman could go from drama to comedy without a problem and could effortlessly act from horseback despite being a city boy. Story 13. David Tennant. He is so versatile as an actor, and the way he can effortlessly disguise his broad Scottish accent for roles that require him to speak in an English accent is impressive. Story 14. Keanu Reeves is my favorite because he is talented, humble, and kind. He stays down to earth and always helps others. Story 15. Danny Trejo has a condition in all his movie contracts that stipulates if he is playing a bad guy, that character must die. The intent is not to send the wrong message to younger viewers that bad guys win. Story 16. Morgan Freeman. He has been a prisoner, he has been a chauffeur, he has been a high school principal, he has even been God. He can do it all. Story 17. Either Daniel Craig because I love his Bond movies and he is very attractive, or Christoph Waltz because he is the best villain actor I can imagine. Story 18. For me, it is Mads Mikkelsen, no doubt. Many great movies and series, but Hannibal, the series, stands out to me. I love the guy. Story 19. Lee Pace. There is so much I could get into about him, but the biggest thing I like about him is his voice and his personality. He could put me to sleep reading a dictionary. Plus, he just seems really cool and down to earth. Story 20. David Tennant is my absolute favorite. The guy can nail comedy, dive deep into serious stuff, and then totally give you the creeps when needed. Beyond his incredible range on screen, he is just a really down-to-earth and genuine person off camera. You cannot go wrong with someone who is as talented as he is grounded. Story 21. My first crush was Michael J. Fox. He was super cute and funny. My hyperfixation age was 10 to 14 years old. Billy Boyd was my favorite hobbit that I could relate to. He was charming and gave great hugs. Very cute. My hyperfixation age was 14 to 17 years old. James Marsters, who played Spike in Buffy, had a lot of sex appeal and was also very cute and smoking hot. He was great at micro-expressions, with cheekbones and eyes that were on point. He was very goofy but intelligent. He scored a 10 out of 10 on looks and played bad guys well. My hyperfixation age was 22 to the current age of 35. Aidan Gillen was hot, cute, and played bad guys very well as Littlefinger in Game of Thrones. He had a charming Irish accent and was always nice. My hyperfixation age was 25 to around 29. That's 25 years of steady fangirling. I keep getting older, but they stay the same age as they always have been. Story 22. Olivia Colman is an amazing actor, so watchable and ticks all the boxes. Skill, range, presence, empathy, intensity, subtlety, timing, humor, and more besides. Her sheer joy of performing is unmistakable, coupled with the fact that every time she appears on a chat show or in interviews, she always comes across as a genuinely warm, caring, funny, and generally likable person. Story 23. Delphine Seyrig. Every film she worked on was a masterpiece of cinema. A true legend who wasn't scared to take risks. Story 24. If we are separating the art from the artist, it is Shia LaBeouf for me. He excelled in everything in the years leading up to being cancelled. Story 25. Christoph Waltz. Such range, so many languages, the facial expressions, the roles you just love to hate. He's amazing. Story 26. Robert De Niro, Tony Leung, and Ethan Hawke. The number of great films and exceptional roles they have done is staggering. Cannot choose only one. Story 27. Giancarlo Esposito excels in every role I have seen him in. However, I believe he could have been better utilized in the new Captain America. Story 28. If I had to choose, I think I would say Keanu Reeves because he has great films, especially John Wick for me. Moreover, he seems to be a good person who has suffered many losses, but even so he has overcome it. Story 29. Jack O'Connell, also known as Mad Patty Maine in Rouge Heroes. I feel that this character is everything we need in America at this moment. Story 30. I do not have one favorite. Kathy Bates, Robert Englund, Tony Todd. Rest in peace, you amazing man, Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, Gerard Butler. The list goes on. Story 31. Billy Crudup. The first 3 or 4 movies I saw him in, I didn't even recognize him. I just thought, man, this guy is good. And I looked him up. After the 3rd time of finding out it was always Crudup, I realized he was pretty special. He doesn't do a lot of showy acting, but his face registers thoughts and emotions without using dialogue. When you think he's going to play the character one typical way, he finds a different way that brings layers to the character, making them incredibly interesting. Story 32. Hugo Weaving. It took years to learn his name and all the movies he had been in. When I realized he tricked me that hard, I had to give him the top spot. Gary Oldman is 2nd. Sam Rockwell is 3rd. Story 33. Okay, all the ones mentioned at the top are excellent, but right now I will watch anything with Ryan Gosling in it. His sharp wit is just outstanding in The Big Short, The Nice Guys, The Fall Guy, The Gray Man, Crazy Stupid, Love, Fracture, and then add in the other more serious ones like Drive, La La Land, and Blade Runner. The guy has been on fire for like 15 years. Story 34. Keanu Reeves is not just a great actor, but he also seems like an actual good human being. Story 35. My favorite performance by any actor is probably Robert Duvall in Tender Mercies. The story is so personal that I feel like I am intruding, as if I am peeping into the window of someone's home and watching their personal lives. Story 36. Man, that's hard to say. I don't know if I have a favorite, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be Arnold Schwarzenegger. He starred in many of my favorite movies growing up. I don't think he has the most range as an actor, but he is smarter than people give him credit for, thinking he is just a mass of muscles. In The Terminator, he originally wanted the role of Kyle, but Arnold had some thoughts on how the Terminator should act. Cameron told him he had to play that part instead. Story 37. I don't know as I have just one of these days. I have grown to like watching things that Anthony Mackie stars in. Story 38. Dead Male, Bogart. Living Male, Russell Crowe. An Australian playing a Los Angeles cop? Sign me up. Crowe also starred in Gladiator and Romper Stomper. Dead female, Katharine Hepburn. Living female, Meryl Streep. She can play anything. Story 39, Gary Oldman, Tom Hardy, or Leonardo DiCaprio. The range of these actors is incredible. Honorable mention for range, Daniel Day-Lewis and Johnny Depp. Story 40, Johnny Depp. His personal life seems very strange, and then some, but everything I have seen him in, he completely commits to the character. Many actors in movies tend to play basically the same person in everything. From the pirate movies, The Mad Hatter, the movie Dark Shadows, Donnie Brasco, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Sleepy Hollow, The Lone Ranger, Dead Man, Edward Scissorhands, and many others, he portrays wildly different characters, accents, mannerisms, appearance, and more. Story 41. Chris Hemsworth is funny and plays every part greatly, but if anyone has ever acted, it is Chris Cornell because he is my favorite musician. Story 42. Cary Grant. For making me forget that it was really him in each of his roles. He embodied his characters so much for me. Masterfully simple and exceptionally accurate. Story 43. Mine is Keanu Reeves. Not just for his acting, but because of the person he is. Taking pay cuts so the crew can make more money, renting a bus when a plane was grounded, and inviting all the passengers a ride to the destination. He isn't the one who tells these stories. It is the people whom his generosity touches that tell the stories. I can only imagine how much he donates to various charities on the grounds that they keep it anonymous. Are there better actors? Sure. Are there better human beings? Not too many. I will support his career because of the man he is. Story 44. Michael Sheen is an amazing actor and an even better person. The amount that he does to help his community is astounding. He uses all of his earnings for charity. Story 45. My favorite actor is Olivia Colman because her acting has a unique depth and impact that stays with the audience long after the performance. Every character she portrays seems to come alive. No matter what role she plays, there is an unmistakable aura around her that sets her apart from other actors. She has an extraordinary ability to grasp the emotional and psychological nuances of her characters and convey them so effectively to the audience. Her performances are so authentic that viewers easily connect with the characters she portrays. The subtlety in her pain, laughter, and the expressions in her eyes all seem to convey an invisible force that flows into our emotions. Olivia's acting exudes a certain warmth and tenderness, which allows her to adapt brilliantly to any role. That is why my admiration and respect for her acting grow deeper every day. Story 46. Nick Cage. Because of Con Air, Lord of War, and the National Treasure movies. Also, him in a Superman suit. Story 47. Jeremy Irons has such impeccable control and that enigmatic look that so smoothly brings fiction to life. He knows exactly how far over the top he can go. Whether he is in a good movie or a bad movie, he is always the best thing in the film. Story 48. Honestly, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, and Tobey Maguire all played Spider-Man. They are my favorite actors, but if we are talking about voice actors, Michael Kovac, who voiced Serial Designation N, the Goofy character, is my favorite actor. I mean, he voiced the Goofy character who doesn't want to kill Uzi, his crush. Story 49. Christian Bale's acting is truly exceptional, and his commitment to his roles is even more impressive. American Psycho highlights his portrayal of morally challenged characters, or you could say he is quite insane in it. The Batman trilogy featuring him is remarkable, and his performance is top-notch. Ford vs. Ferrari is also outstanding. He takes on roles of completely different kinds of people, both mentally and physically, and his dedication to these characters is something I truly admire. Story 50. Edward Norton. He can blend in when he needs to, play the hero, the villain, the leading man, the friend, the psycho, the sleazebag, portraying basically any emotion believably. Story 51. Kevin Spacey. I cannot really watch him now without feeling sick to my stomach, but in my opinion, he is the greatest American actor to ever come down the pike. I also really like William H. Macy. Story 52. Leonardo DiCaprio, hands down. He is incredibly versatile and can bring depth to any role, whether it is dramas like Shutter Island or mind-bending films like Inception. Story 53. Catherine McNamara. I love her work in Shadowhunters, Arrow, Walker, Independence, and more. Having the privilege of connecting with her at conventions, she is so kind and inspiring. I really wouldn't be the same person without the lessons she and her characters taught me. It's amazing to be able to say I've met my favorite. Story 54. It used to be Will Smith. He could do no wrong when I was a kid. I have to save this and come back because I need to really think about this one. Story 55. Gary Sinise. He is genuine. I witnessed the very awkward act of a mother forcing her baby into his arms for a photo opportunity after a United Service Organization's concert. He is so classy he didn't skip a beat and beamed for the picture while holding the baby properly, as if he had been there before. Story 56. Oh my God. Definitely Anne Hathaway. She is literally the queen of elegance and versatility. She can go from Princess Diaries to The Devil Wears Prada to Interstellar and absolutely excel in every role. Plus, she just gives off such classy yet down-to-earth vibes. Love her. Story 57. Alan Rickman, also known as Severus Snape. He is the kind of sarcastic person I aspire to be. He also shares my birthday. Story 58. Brendan Gleeson has many levels and depth to his acting. He can be hard and dark or soft and sweet, comedic or sinister and mysterious. My other two favorites would be Rhys Ifans and Robin Williams for the same reasons. Story 59. The guy who starred in Love in the Big City, 1 to 3, who also voiced the Ukrainian version of Paddington Bear. I don't really know what he's up to these days. Story 60. I do not really have a favorite actor, but I have always had a soft spot for Nicolas Cage. He has done all sorts of movies, including many that are considered bad. However, I appreciate that he never takes it easy, even if he is just doing a corny movie for a paycheck to finance his excessive spending. He has proven to have strong acting skills, but he also takes on silly and unconventional roles. I just think you cannot go wrong with him. Story 61. Don't have just one. Hopkins, because he owns the role and you don't see Hopkins, you see the character. Big Bang Theory, he is just a hoot and wildly underrated actor. Denzel, he is Denzel. Scarlett Johansson, talented actress and easy on the eyes. Mysterious. Margot Robbie, more than meets the eye, and there is plenty of that. She is over herself enough to act. The old Tom Cruise seems less arrogant now. Tom Hanks, never saw him have a bad performance even in some bad roles. Hackman, he is exceptional. Of course, Clint Eastwood, outlaw Josie Wales, spaghetti westerns, just a legend. Story 62. Paul Newman. I am a big fan of him, and he is in the only 2 great pool movies ever. Plus, he is like a lovable scamp, but with gravitas. There is nothing not to like. Story 63. It is hard to choose just one, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a good candidate. He is so genuine and caring, and he just seems like a good guy. I do not know, I might be wrong, but his appearance suggests he is. Story 64. My boy Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes, he is creepy now with all the 20-year-old girlfriends, but his stretch of The Departed, Shutter Island, and Inception may be the best ever. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.